Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be doing Midweek Magic, and it's a singleton event. I'm kind of showing the deck list a little bit in advance, but we'll show you the whole deck in its entirety now. So it's not just singleton, it's Alchemy Singleton, so we have access to all the Alchemy we can include the Alchemy cards in our singleton decks for this event, and I decided to try as many of them as reasonable for a Golgari shell. So that right off the bat, the typical Golgari cards on Professor Onyx, Lot. Okay, Tergrid not so typical, but I figured it's worth a shot. Don't I actually have this? Oh, I don't have it yet. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait for the discount. Also, yeah, there seems to be some delays in shifting arts and all that. Also, took me a while to get this alternate art in, so the trick is turn off alternate arts first, put the card in, then apply the style afterwards. Then that's how it works. So it takes a while to get that to work. I'm hoping they would fix that one. So typical shell, early game for the most part, pretty much about control into our big guns. Let's talk alchemy. So Tenacious Pup, pretty decent starter. It's a good way to make our otherwise relatively weak 2 and 3 drops some slightly better. So there's that bonus. Actually, yeah, this one's more of a 2-for-1. Let's see, what else did I include here? Nothing on the 2 slot. I did include Witherbloom Command. I added Old Stick Fingers because a lot of stuff is going to die on my side. So we got Gutmorn, Packbound Servant. So when it enters the battlefield, each player discards a non-land card. Pretty good. And whenever a player discards a card during your turn, they choose another player. That player conjures a duplicate of that card. So we have to be careful with what we discard. Our opponent probably also has to be careful what they discard. It's basically we're exchanging cards. Let's see how that pans out. We also got to Settle the Wilds. I'm actually want to see if I can play this one out later between Settle the Wilds and the other Gitrog, because there is a bug right now with the Seek. It will actually put a strange copy in your hand and then just put it on the battlefield. So you'll have a dead card that's floating in your hand. I've heard some people say that this is kind of affecting cards like Teaching of the Archaics, which depends on your opponent's hand count. So this might be a really legitimate bug here. So I would be very careful about playing cards. That check your opponent's card count. So City Stalker Connoisseur. Target opponent discards a card with the greatest mana value. Always a good thing. That's also why we're kind of running Tergrid. It's a decent combo in its own right. Sorry, the Mirthless. Modified Eska's Chariot. Instead of crew 4 and making 2 tokens, it's crew 2 and make a single token. Still quite decent. It's still quite decent in its own right. Then you have Garruk, Wrath of the Wilds. We actually forgot one drop. We have a Cursebound Witch. When it dies, draft a card from Cursebound Witch's spellbook. Which, okay, the best hits are probably... Okay, Witch's Vengeance, probably a good hit. You do have the Cauldron Familiar combo, but with only one Cursebound Witch, it's kind of hard to set up. Witch's Cottage, fine. Witch's Familiar, meh. Curse of Leech is also a very good hit. Black Cat is kind of fine. Most of the hits are common, uncommon. You're pretty much looking out for... Okay, the Witch's Cottage, because that's a land drop. The Curse of Leeches and Witch's Vengeance are also quite good. Sorcerer's Broom, kind of hard to trigger here. Bloodhunter Bat's actually a very good hit. Unwilling Ingredients, kind of okay. Expanded Anatomy. Cruel Reality, very hard to make work, but it is a very good hit. It is quite expensive, but it's a good hit. I think Torment the Scarabs is a much better hit. We are running Tergrid for the Lantern effect as well, so having a second Lantern is pretty nice. Trespasser's Curse, sure. But not too bad. I'd say 6 out of 15 are decent hits. So back to Garruk. So the plus one is it boosts one of your creatures in hand, so it doesn't exactly protect. The second one, drafts a card and puts it onto the battlefield. I think this might also be bugged. Actually, no, this is draft, not seek, so this shouldn't be bugged. So what are our choices here? Mosscoat Goriak, that's fine. Brush Strider, gain 2 life, that's fine. Root Grazer, probably good. Direwolf Prowler, gains... probably the weakest one, but still good. Ferocious Pup, it's okay, 2 for 1. Pestilent Wolf, okay. Garruk's Uprising, we do have a good number of some number of creatures, but not that many with power 4 or greater, so this one's a bit of a miss on our end. Dawn Treader Elk, this one's good. Tutor for land in the deck. Nessian Horn Beetle, probably on the weaker side. Scythe Cat, maybe. Truffle's not good for the flexibility. Okapi, okay, Vigilance. Scurried Colony, this one's has reach, but otherwise not so interesting. Barkeye Troll, this one's an okay one, though it's a one-shot hexproof, so I wouldn't count on it too much. Underdark Basilisk. Actually, if you think of it, there are plenty of misses here, so I'm not too excited about this. The -5 creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample, one-time effect. I'm already wondering why did I craft this one. This guy is actually not that exciting, especially for this deck. Well, but he's here. Gitrog's probably the more exciting one. It's a 6/6 for 4 with menace. It does have the Clackbridge Troll effect, though. It's each combat. If it's untapped, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. It will tap this guy down and seek a land card. And whenever you play land cards, it gets black-green sacrifice to draw a card, which is a good workaround for that. Before I get to Hollow Henge Wrangler, we have the Faceless Haven that's now a 3/3 instead of a 4/3. Forsaken Crossroads, which is decent if you go second. Otherwise, it's fine. It's ETB Scry, so it's just like a temple for one color. But having it untapped instead is kind of okay, I guess. But here we have Hollow Henge Wrangler, 5 mana for a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, seek a land card. So this might also hit. We might also get the seek bug here. And you can discard the land card to conjure a card named Hollow Henge Beast into your hand. You may also activate this ability while it's in your graveyard. So battlefield or graveyard, pretty decent. You can keep. You can always guarantee yourself a 5 mana 5/5. Otherwise, it's pretty much all about good stuff and maintaining control. We're gonna play a few games of this. We're not gonna take. Well, I did enough to ensure that we have a shot at winning, but I'm not taking this event way too seriously. Oh, there's also a Geist Pack Alpha. 4 mana, when it dies, seeks a non-land permanent equal to the number of lands you control. So ideally 4/5. So ideally 4/5/6. Okay, so this one is it's slow, but it is a keeper. But we do need to hit all our land drops, so I'm playing it right away. Okay, got Cursebound Witch. We might hit a land, but definitely, if given a chance, we will go binding. Okay, Faceless Haven. I'm actually tempted to just snipe this right away. Mono Green is so reliant on their ramp that any way of slowing them down is a very big plus. Also, did I mention I'm running the... Wait. Did I also mention I'm running a Planeswalker package as well? So as far as our land count goes, we're actually quite golden. We do hit our guarantee our 5. And actually, you're gonna guarantee our 6 as well. Chasm, because the ETB's tapped anyway. Play the Hostile. Unfortunately, we can't play both Sorin and iTwitch. It's also tempting to just play Eska's Chariot, but we'll play Sorin.
Out of my way.
We probably are short on exile effects. I actually could have put a Baleful Mastery instead of Infernal Grasp. I might still make that switch. Issue with that is it does get hit by Redain, so that's a problem. Alternately, I can do other cards. Okay, opponent going Battle Mammoth. Oh, thank you for the free life, I guess. Hollowhenge Wrangler, reveal, take 5. We probably don't need to hit it right away, so... Actually... Sure, why not? Take the 5. So, let's see, what's our game plan? I can go Eska's Chariot, but doesn't really do much. We can go Garruk and maybe Tutor for something with Death Touch. That would... We can also do the +1/+1, cost 1 less to cast. So that makes our Hollowhenge Wrangler 7/7. Tempting. Now we'll do the -1 for now. So Garruk's Uprising actually now works because we have the Hollowhenge. It's actually somewhat better than everything else, so... This only has life... Oh, it only has Death Touch from that, but it's only lifelink, so we're actually going to pass and just take the swing here. We'll see if our opponent snipes Sorin or Garruk. But our opponent is kind of on high alert because we have the Hollowhenge Wrangler combo of sorts. Also, I've noticed that we can't exactly defend our planeswalkers from the Battle Mammoth. Though we're not exactly targeting them anytime soon. There's an argument for getting the Eye Twitch killed just to get Necrotic Fumes. That's a good way to take out the Battle Mammoth. Though I'm probably more inclined to just go Hollowhenge Wrangler. Yeah, kind of meaningless to send all in the attack. So we will just block with the Cursebound Witch. There's no reason not to. I'm deciding if I want to block with the Eye Twitch. Probably not. They might have a pump effect, but but we do Cursebound Witch dying is kind of fine, I guess. We now get the incentive to just make another Sorin. Cemetery Prowler. Exiles. They probably exile the instant because they're more likely to have it. Do they have enchant? Oh, okay, they exile the instant. So we do hit a land. And since it's gonna die anyway, we might.
You fight for me now.
So we're gonna play the Hollowhenge Wrangler. We do get to draw a card off it, and seek a land card as well. So, okay, that one probably we just discard. The card draw not so great. In fact, we can discard multiple copies. In fact, we have a plan now. We can just discard these two, give ourselves 2 copies of Hollowhenge Beast. Does have a rabbit bite, so sad day. But we do get 2 shots at this. And take note, it's conjure a card. These will not count as tokens. But at least we get 5/5s, and more importantly, because of the uprising, we get to draw into more cards. Opponent might as well attack. So I don't know if... So they do exile it, so we're not getting any more. I'd argue just let them draw a card and just let's see if we can dodge the other pump effect. My concern would be like an inscription of abundance would be an annoying one. Kinda wish we had the death touch now. But even if we will get cards out of this, even if we end up losing the exchange for the most part. So just need to make sure we hit good ones. Yeah, I figured they'd have an inscription, so kind of wasting the battle. Well, they do gain a lot of life, but it's kind of wasting the battle mammoth. So knowing that, we learned for necrotic fumes. Curse of Leeches, Witch's Vengeance. We can go Curse of Leeches, but I think I take the Witch's Vengeance here because it's a sure way to take out Toski. Definitely, if I play this, I play this as a Lantern. I can also play the Chariot out so we can start multiplying these. That's probably a better play. So we actually want to keep this kitty alive. Ooh, Caretaker, but it's still daytime, so we have 1 shot at it. We're gonna be giving our opponent a card though. I might actually just give up the... See if it attacks with Toad. Ooh, does not realize that Eska's Chariot has changed. Let's surprise our opponent here. Does not realize it's changed. It's not... Yep, it's no longer a crew 4, it's a crew 2 now. You still get to crew immediately. It's just that you don't have 2 cat power anymore. It's a 1 cat power vehicle. Yeah, opponent probably should hover over this, but they might be realizing that Alchemy is not just brand new cards. I'm also surprised our opponent is not running any of the Alchemy cards. Just ported over a straight Singleton list. They might not have realized that. Well, I'm pretty sure they realized it's Alchemy by the time I played several of the cards. Oh, past the blockers. So, oh, why did it stall on me? That's weird. Past the damage. Yeah, that was weird. Why is it timing out there? Oh well. Okay, so this one's not good. We discard a card and we're essentially giving them a card, so not so great right now. I do want... Let's target them now. They'll most likely just take the 3 damage. I really want to get rid of Battle Mammoth, but we'll get rid of the Kazandu Mammoth first. Yeah, draws them a card. That way we can crew with Eska's Chariot to... We actually should have crewed first. We made a mistake there. See if our opponent blocks, but I doubt it. Yeah, they're just gonna keep stacking here. I could go for Gutmorn, but I'm not convinced that whatever their last card is good. So we're actually gonna go down to... Opponent could have actually won the game if they swung with the Crawling Baron. Oh wait, no, not quite. I could still block something. So I'm probably just gonna block the Caretaker. Because I could technically absorb, yeah, but it's between 3 damage and 4 damage. I'd probably just block the Caretaker here. Yeah, we kind of goofed up on that play. We could have had double blockers. So now we also have to contend with the possible Crawling Barons. Can't target anything now, but that... Let's see, that gives us 2 mana. Hold on. Let's see if they're willing to discard that card. No, they take the damage. I can also just play 2 cards here. That would flip it back. Opponent deciding what they have in hand. I'm about to play Gutmorn and give them a Hollow Henge Beast, which is a bit of a feel bad. We do get to draw a card though, so it's a land. Yeah, it is Flying Death Touch. So our opponent gets a Hollow Henge Beast, but we get whatever they have in hand. If they don't discard it, it's definitely a non-land card, and I've been duped. The only benefit, I think... Oh! I'll take that. Primal Adversary is a good one. So they get themselves a Hollow Henge Beast. So we go to beginning of combat. If they don't sacrifice... Oh, they're sacrificing. Oh, they did not. If they did not, I don't need to activate this quite yet. Probably just attack, gain some life back. It's tempting to... I could have... Yeah, none of these have any activated abilities. They're now really looking over the board now. There is an argument for what they could do next, which would be to... cast Hollow Henge Beast just to have something just to have something to sack and tap Gitrog. But if they do that, I'm just gonna tap it to activate the Chariot. So it's about mitigating as much damage as possible. Jimmy. Okay, opponent's doing a lot of math. Their extra card might have saved the day, I guess. Because if anything, it will be really sad if they don't have to sack anything. I am still staring down the potentially 12-11 Battle Mammoth. Opponent really has to decide what to do. I think, yep, they're going for the Crawling Barons. Which doesn't have trample. So putting the counters on the Barons is kind of a weird thing to do. Then let's see if they decide to... Oh, the problem is I have to decide if I want to tap it or not. Like, what they could do is they can sack the Caretaker to tap it down. Yeah, I needed this one untapped. Though I would have been at 8 life anyway, so it would have been... No, I would have should have swung with this one. Opponent conceded. Okay. They technically they did have a way out there. They could have sacked one of their creatures. They could have... It would have tapped down the Gitrog. I think they're thinking that I would have been able to tap the Chariot in response. I thought I would have been able to do it as well, but it turns out that would not have been the case. But there you go. That's actually a very long game for a win. We got ourselves a nice Aerith skin. Oh wait, that sounded gross. Sorry. Anyway, so we'll keep doing a few more games with this one. Wow, that game took a very long time. Well, it's Singleton, so... Okay, so turn 1 Cursebound Witch, turn 2 Lotus Cobra. Turn 3 Garruk. So not that fast, unfortunately. Let's see if our opponent snipes. Yeah, there's a chance we lose the Lotus Cobra. It is what it is. Yep. I would do it too. That's pretty... We'll take Visionary. So you have a Shimmer Drift Veil, so we'll probably play that first. Definitely need double green for most of our cards. So we'll see if our opponent decides to ping themselves and play something. Chandra Dress to Kill. So they're probably not going to ping themselves. They might decide to swing with it though.
I've never crashed a wedding like this before. Give a toast.
Okay, no, they're not. So good call. We're just gonna draft the card, see what we can get out of the playbook. Ugh, all of these are really soft though. Like the only big one is Truffle Snout, and I probably would want to use the 4. Well, we'll do Truffle Snout. It's mono red, so we're gonna do the 4 life. We'll see if our opponent responds by throwing Burn at Garruk. Garruk is kind of fine. It's not the best though. Yep, they're gonna do the... Well, it's Thundering Rebuke, so that's a good spend on the burn spell. We can do Tenacious Pup, but we would be It's a setup for the next turn, I suppose.
Aww.
opponent could ping themselves exile card, see if they draw into anything and get the flip. No, they're not. Oh, they're just really holding back, eh? Now we're gonna decline because we have no plans of attacking anyway, and it's not. Yeah, so if there's no need to risk it, there's no need to risk it. We'll see if our opponent. Nope, opponent's not gonna trade. I do feel like I want to start swinging at our opponent, but our opponent's getting very close to the +7. They actually should start using this to exile instead of just burn. Though they can also start shrinking Nissa. Not much of a big deal, I would say, though. Like, even if I do the -5, I got nothing to get back. I'm probably gonna end up just playing Shambling Gas. Opponent probably should start drawing extra cards now. Or play a 5-mana spell. Mana Form Hellkite. Not 5 mana, but that's decidedly big. Oh, they might have the burn to supplement it and start swinging at Nissa, so we really need to hit another land for Hollowhenge Wrangler. Also, this one is Trample and Vigilance. Oh, okay. So it's all them counters. Ooh, we did not hit that though. What we can do is... Okay, QQ. Untap target land you control. Decline. Play the Hollowhenge Wrangler. So we at least get 7/7. We do get to seek for a land card. No point in swinging this time. Opponent's probably going to snipe Nissa for sure. So we will need to hit another land to get Onyx. Onyx Sacrifice. I could also just go Shambling Ghast, I guess. But now our opponent has to contend with the 7/7 Trample Vigilance Wrangler with the as mono red. Not an easy feat. It is doable though. In fact, I can see one spell that does it, though. Yeah, it's actually very doable. So let's see how our opponent does it, though.
Heat up the dance floor.
Anyway, the main plan is actually get Professor Onyx down, so we can snipe the Mana Form Hellkite. Shatter Skull Smashing X5. Okay, so plans to deal quite a good amount of damage to us. We do get to kill Chandra at least. That's the good news. But now we need to hit that man. Okay, delayed. We'll see if our opponent decides to block with Voltaic Visionary. I sincerely doubt it. No. So we are taking another hit. Okay, opponents now dinging themselves to see if they hit something. Falcon Rat Pit Fighter. It's a card. They do get to transform. Though this one's not going to be blocking anytime soon. Oh, we should let that resolve. My concern is that they might have a gain control effect. It actually would be smart. So far, they don't have it yet. We're about to take 4. Hold on, this is 4, this is also 4. So Professor Onyx is only gonna get one of them. Yikes. We're gonna need extra help here. Unfortunately, we do have to go for Professor Onyx right away.
Open your books.
Because that
17 or something.
it's a big diff.
This is my favorite part.
Oh
Watch
wow.
the light
Is this
as
power?
they fade.
It's greatest power. Well, I thought it was mana value. Turns out it was power. Opponent has no reason to block. Yeah. Like even if we swung at everything, we're not gonna get that. We kind of missed out on some direct removal. Or any, well, not exactly any one of our rat effects. The only 2 rat effects that would have hit would have been Meat Hook Massacre and Blood on the Snow. The other one, Culling Ritual, would have been a miss. Actually, it would have taken out the smaller one, but it would have been too late by then. Yeah. We needed to play Liliana earlier, but unfortunately wasn't the case. We are 1 mana shy for Binding and Garruk, but we do have Cursebound Witherbloom, so okay, we hit the land. Let's see what our opponent's follow-up card is. Yeah, sad thing is opponent's just gonna... Oh, opponent blocks. That's actually good for us. Now... next turn we're gonna do the Settle the Wilds. We'll show you the Seek bug. So, play that one. As you can see, this no-covered forest is not in our hand. It's supposed to be here. And we won't be able to play it even if we tried. So I don't know how it affects our opponent. Anyway, Alpac Piper. I guess we're gonna bind that. Yeah, so many people. Augur of Autumn. We will hit our 6 mana, so we can. Well, technically we hit 7 mana, though we have 6 functional right now. I might just play Lot. Because next turn we're gonna get Death Touch, so so our other guy's gonna do things. My concern is if they drop a very big 6-drop, I would have wished I played City Stalker Connoisseur first. Sarit Viper's Fang, Werewolf Pack Leader. Okay, it's actually a bunch of small stuff, so not quite there. Very nice combo, actually. So now I need to well, we'll draw a card first, I guess. Necro Blossom Snarl, sure. We can play Garruk, pump the City Stalker Connoisseur. I'm actually concerned as what they might have, so I'm actually gonna just play it now. Let's force them to discard what's the most expensive thing in hand. Let's get out of the way. It's a Renin 7. That's actually a good one. Yeah, we're gonna let Loth die. Yeah, because I'm getting them down to 10 is probably a big deal. Yeah, we'll let Loth die. We might even snipe the werewolf pack leader or something. At least we know their biggest drop was a 5, so consuming blob. So they will get another one at their end step. Yeah, they need to swing with both. I can actually... Oh, there. Well, the Connoisseur did her job already. Has Death Touch too, but we're gonna keep Lot alive if we can.
Subservience will be a reward.
So we hit the Lotus Cobra and doesn't quite do much. I can actually play both, but let's draw a card first.
Good
Prosperous
innings are
Innkeeper.
loyal and
We can use this to gain some life, but do we need it? Not quite. So we'll play Gitrog first. Play Garruk. And to scare our opponent... Oh, we could have actually sequenced it. We could have sequenced this in a different way. So let's see if our opponent sacks something. Because if not, we actually just hold back. Okay, hold back for now. Unnatural growth. Opponent might sack something now. Or not. Oh, it's just gonna keep making more tokens. Okay, so that's gonna be an issue. Okay, we'll play this one. Play Hunt for Specimens into Containment Breach. Well, let's draw card 2 while we're at it, but yeah, it's a snow-covered swamp. Well, actually, there's an argument for not playing that. So let's see if our opponent decides to sack a token. They're not, so we're not gonna attack. Because now they're incentivized to go after Garruk. What's this? +3/+3 and trample? That's quite a lot, actually. Toski. Well, at least we're gonna get trampled. That's the good news. Let's see if our opponent goes to sack and tap. Yeah, we'll crack this. As you can see, the fake land is still hovering there. Gutmore into a lair. I can technically just play the Gutmorn because it's gonna have 0 effect. Okay, we'll play this first because we don't want. We're not going to get a card from our opponent, but our opponent but they don't get a card from us either. We'll draw a card, see what we get. Shimmer Drift, fail. Okay. Let's see if they do sack something now. Because the 2 Menace Spiders are going to be enough of a deal. Okay, they sack 1, seeks us out the land, which is supposed to be on the battlefield. Hold on. And we can't sack either of these because they are sought and tap. So go to attacks. Yeah. The issue is going to be the number of blockers. They won't have enough just for the spiders alone. And it's gonna decimate their board no matter what. Yep, that's one spider. They can do Consuming Blob Tosskeet for the other spider. But that still kind of leaves everything else. Yeah, opponent saw it. So we draft the creature if you're behind. If you're ahead, just keep slamming that perpetual. +3/+3 trample, an overrun effect. Even if it's end of turn, if you're really ahead, you're going to it's gonna be solid for you. I think there's it's actually that's quite a lot of time. We'll do one more game. Let's see how it pans out. So far, I'm liking Gara quite a lot. I am actually cool with the modified Esca's Chariot. Oh, we didn't win that game, but it's still quite fine. The other cards, not as spectacular. Okay, we have Settle the Wilds, but because we know we have more black mana than green, I'm not willing to keep this one. So, okay, this is much better. Worst case scenario is Lotus Cobra into a Meathook Massacre. We probably bin the Forsaken Crossroads. So cast on 1, Cobra on 2. Hopefully we draw into something good, otherwise Hack Leader. I'm actually tempted not to play the Lotus Cobra. Because even if our opponent just plays a creature with 2 toughness, we can use the Shambling Gas to... Okay. Actually, cancel. We'll swing first. Let's see if our opponent decides to block it. They probably won't. It's gonna be free damage here. If they do decide to block and Snakeskin Veil, we still make the treasure token, we still Meathook Massacre, and we will be able to go Lantern. Ideally we have more mana because I like the Lantern Onyx combo. Yeah, we're kind of waiting to hit running lands now. That's the problem. I am willing to just cast the Lantern side just to keep our opponent on their toes. Yeah, Chariot. A bit scary. Yeah, maybe we should have binned Onyx instead. So now we're going to take quite a bit of damage here. Our best bet now is just to see if we can outrace our opponent, but it will need cooperation from... Oh wow, Helena Elena is going to be a big issue. We will definitely need Onyx soon. Lotus Cobra into Eye Twitch is a play. It does have Trample, which is annoying, but we can then use the Eye Twitch to... dig for lands. Let's see if our opponent does have the super aggro play. Right, Hilda, Cutthroat, so it will give haste. So when it deals combat damage to a player, exile a non-land card from their library at random. So this has haste but no trample, so we'll take 8, which is really bad, but We need to do environmental sciences. That's the bad news. Maybe if we get luck... No. We already played the Meat Hook Massacre. That's the problem. And yeah, Halana Alena is very good at pumping everything, so we might not be able to win this at all. Especially if we still keep failing to draw lands. Like, sure, I can play this land. I get 3 mana. Doesn't do a whole lot of anything except keep us alive, I guess. We would need 1 more mana, but this has trample, so we're taking 6. Opponent can make it an 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're kind of dead either way, no matter how the cookie crumbles. Lotus Cobra. We're just hoping to see our opponent makes a mistake somehow. Opponent just has to be smart on... Wait, hold on. Is this another target creature? Which is still really bad because they can be... they just need to be smart about where they put that put the +1/+1 counters, and we're gonna win this one. Yep. Well, any of those would have done it. Yeah, and because we would have had to block, it wouldn't have helped us at all. Yeah, it's a shame, but sometimes that's how it happens. At least it's a free event. You can't cry over it too much. Yeah, we got kind of awfully tempted with Professor Onyx, Liliana. We should have binned her. The extra land would have helped us a lot more in that situation. I guess we have time for 1 more. Let's go for it. Yeah, this will be the last one, and then we'll call it. A lot of the games are relatively long. It is the nature. We are kind of controlling, so it's the nature of that. But otherwise it's fun. We are just using it to play as many. Well, I guess the game is telling us we should probably stop. Opponent kept the hand. Yeah, we will have to keep all 3 lands here. We probably been the Geist Pack Alpha. We haven't been getting much of Geist Pack Alpha here. Though I would say we are in the interesting position where opponent's playing mono white. I could have easily played this to Scribe, but not quite in a rush yet. Opponent goes Sparring Regiment for a really big dog. We can do Old Rutstein, but we probably need to secure our mana base. Also, we got Death Touch on the way. Oh, nice! We got Binding as well. Let's see what our opponent's follow-up is. Semi-annoying, but taking 6. Yeah, we have to snipe this one. There's no way around it. Black. Untap because of Liliana and Talia. So this gets us another mana next turn, so we'll need to decide if we do... You could do Rutstein. Okay, remember that we don't actually have a land here. Yeah, opponent having a good run with the Sparring Regiment and all. We will now... Opponent goes Brutal Qatar for no value, which is good. Stick Finger's not so great for us. Chasm. We can do Sorin the Mirthless, but it doesn't do anything for the Talia. Old Rutstein doesn't quite do anything for Talia either. We unfortunately have to play 2 cards though. Let's mill a card. Let's see what we get. Lotus Cobra in the yard. Insect. Okay, that's good. So just giving ourselves a bunch of blockers so that we... Skyclave Apparition takes out probably Rutstein. So, a bit annoying. Let's see where our opponent decides to pump. Pumps it there. We're gonna go down. Yeah, gonna go down to 1. Yeah. Yep, this one's a loss. Our opponent just had a really fast start. Like, I could do Sorin, but it does us no good there. Having the Skyclave Apparition also helps them a bit. Yeah, all our cards. Let's just target ourselves. Yeah, the break. You have to remember that the break expectations, all the cards are generally bad. Let's see what our opponent is forced to discard. Felidar Retreat. Yeah, but that's a good game. So if you're gonna do a version of this deck, I probably would recommend adding more removal. You're not always gonna have that first turn start. Definitely add Bloodchief's Thirst. I would add not Baleful Mastery. Baleful Mastery is not bad addition, I suppose, but definitely find places to add more removal. There are you don't have to add all the alchemy cards. Like, a bunch of them are kind of underperformers here, I would say. The Geist Pack Alpha, Geist Pack Alpha is fine, but okay, Culling Ritual, it's supposed to be for that particular matchup. But it's really hard to rely on it if it's when it's one card. Grakmaw is also probably an underperformer as well. I would cut that in exchange for more removal. Shambling Gas, Break Expectations is actually fine, but play it on your opponent. Don't play it on yourself. Witherbloom Command's kind of fine. Old Stick Fingers is probably a dud here. It's really late game when you need a lot more early game. So yeah, definitely add the Bloodchief's Thirst. Definitely add... What's another good piece of removal you can add here? Either Baleful Mastery or Power Word Kill. I would add one of those two. But there you go. That's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.